Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm so grateful to be here with you. Welcome from the YouTube world, the Facebook Live world, the Instagram world, Instagram Live world. So grateful that you all are joining. Thank you so much for joining. Christian, brother, Pepe, great to see you. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to speak with you today. So, I usually like to do this. I have a topic. I start by talking a little bit about what's going on at Rythmia this week and then moving into the topic. Hey, Christian, brother, I love it. Thank you, man. So the topic is acceptance and non-resistance. And this is one of the pillars of coherence. And I'm really been exploring this recently, and I want to share with you some of the insights that I've received. But before I do that, I want to tell you about Rythmia Life Advancement Center and what's going on there. Every week, week in and week out, tremendous transformation is occurring. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that every week, someone, well, 97 out of every 100 guests see some aspect of themselves that they haven't been willing to see, think, know, feel, or hear. And that thing that they haven't been able to see, think, know, feel, or hear is a projection of who we think we need to be to get our needs met. It's a lie, because inherently we're perfect, whole, and complete no matter what the circumstances. But we live life thinking we need to be a certain way in order to be safe, in order to belong, in order to feel enough, in order to get our needs met. When we see that lie that we've been telling ourselves, we come back to a state of wholeness. We merge back to a state of wholeness. And from that state of wholeness, we can heal our bodies, heal our hearts, heal our relationships, forgive the unforgivable. That's what's on deck at Rythmia. And this week is like every week, man. Nessie Gomes is here singing. We have beautiful people who have been called that are coming to heal, right? And they're so willing. And what's so beautiful is the topic today is acceptance. And this is what everybody's working on at Rythmia, right? This is the path, is acceptance and non-resistance. The medicine is showing us something, it's reflecting back to us, something that's seeking to be healed within us. And typically that's some aspect of control, some aspect of condemnation, some aspect of judgment and opinion. And so the topic is perfect with what's going on at Rythmia. So let's talk a little bit, about, well, I'll just finish to say there's a number right there that you can call and talk to one of the agents about Rythmia, what's required to come and what's available for you. They're really amazing people. And so you'll get some sense of if your soul's being called there. And it's a place where miracles happen every day, like miraculous. People walk out of there, it happens every week. People come in on the weekend, like, oh, I don't know, what did I do? What did I get myself into? Monday, they're a little nervous before their first ceremony. Wednesday and today, it looks like the wheels are coming off at the hinges, right? People are like, what? I don't know. But by tomorrow and Saturday, it is just love, 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 love. So this is the arc of our soul. We go through these moments of, oh my God, it's too much. And then we step into a deeper realization that there's something carrying us the whole time. We've been loved beyond imagination. And we step into that deep acceptance of ourselves and others and the love that we have been, that's been supporting us this whole time, that we haven't seen because we had some idea about what love looked like. Okay, so hello, Michelle. Hi, Michael. Hi, Carmelo. Hi, everybody. Woo, I'm so glad you all are here. All right, acceptance. Acceptance is the key, right? Acceptance is one of the pillars of coherence. In other words, how do we live a life that we love, a life better than we could have imagined? By being in a state of coherence with truth. How do we get to a state of coherence? Well, there's lots of ways, right? Lots of thinking around coherence. For one perspective is there's 3 parts of coherence. One is acceptance, joy, and oneness. When we are in a deep state of acceptance, we're releasing condemnation and judgment of the present moment and of ourselves, of others, and of others' opinions and judgments of us. When we have unbecome, when we have gotten rid of all the stuff that we're not, right? There's an old Buddhist koan that says, we're all struggling to become that which we already are. And that always kind of pissed me off. I was like, how do we become more of what we already are? We become more of what we already are by becoming less of what we're not, right? That's unbecoming all the limiting beliefs, all the thoughts, all the opinions, all the judgments, all the perspectives, points of view, limiting thought that we've taken on from the world and from life. That's the process of unbecoming. And another aspect of acceptance is surrender or non-resistance. This is a huge teaching. The Buddha said, all life is suffering. Might as well get that out of the way. It's all suffering. Great. Good news. Welcome. All of life is suffering because we're striving to cling to something or to resist something, right? I want more of this and less of that. I definitely want more of that, and I definitely want less of that, right? We have some opinions and judgments about life. So our surrender, our non-resistance to life is another aspect of acceptance. So acceptance has 3 pillars under acceptance: unbecoming, forgiveness, and surrender. Those are the 3 pillars of acceptance. So we're going to talk about that. There are other pillars of coherence, joy and oneness. But we're going to first talk about acceptance. And then our following weeks, we'll talk about joy and oneness. So acceptance. Hey, wait, let me say hi to some amazing people. Sonia Jackson, great to see you. Candace, Kawara, thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So the first sub-pillar of acceptance is unbecoming. Let's talk about that. Unbecoming. That's terribly unbecoming. Now for something completely different. A man with 5 buttocks. Ooh, I find that rather unbecoming. All right. Unbecoming. I love that word because, it's like, oh, that's very unbecoming. That's not pleasant, right? But unbecoming is releasing all of those parts of us that aren't us, right? How do we become more authentic? Stop shining the light on the things that we're not. That's how we become more authentic. How do we become more of ourselves? Becoming less of what we're not. So there's a wonderful story of 2 blocks of marble that came from the same quarry. And there was a sculptor getting ready to sculpt the marble. So he comes up to the first block, ding, 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 ding. He starts chipping away. And the marble says, oh my God, ouch, ouch, that's hurt. You're hurting me. That hurts. So he stops. He says, okay, let me try over here. He comes down over here. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my God, that's so uncomfortable. I don't know what you're doing, but it doesn't feel good. I don't like it. Stop. Okay. Let me try over here. He comes over here. Ding, 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 ding. Right? And she's like, I don't know why you keep doing that. I'm telling you, I don't like it. Stop. I don't like it. He goes, okay. So he goes over to the next block of marble and he starts to carve her. And she goes, oh, what is that? That's strange. I've never experienced that before. It's a little painful. He goes, okay, well, I'm carving you. We're going to make a statue out of you. So it could be a little painful to begin with, but if you kind of go with it, it's going to be all right. She goes, oh, okay, I'll try that. So, like when you work out, the first time you run, you haven't run in a long time and you run for the first time and it hurts. Your body hurts. It's sore, right? And then the next day you do it again, it's a little bit better. And by a week or 2 into it, you can do it without being in pain, right? This is the process that block of marble is going through. She's, okay, this is uncomfortable. It hurts right now. Let me see. Let me get curious about it. Let me just be with it. Let me not resist it. Okay. And little by little, she gets used to it. And she is now carved into this beautiful statue, a goddess of divinity. And people start coming from all over to see this beautiful statue. And they're coming from all over. And there's so many people that they can't see the statue. So the artist takes the other block of marble and lays it on the side so that people could step on it and get a better view. Well, the block of marble that's laying on her side, she's like, hey, what's up with this? Why am I the one laying on the floor, people stepping on me to get a better view of her? We're the same. We come from the same quarry. I have everything that she has. Why is she the goddess? Why does she get to be the goddess? And I'm the one people are stepping on? You're kidding me. And the other block of marble says, well, when the sculptor came to sculpt you, it was too painful. And you didn't want to go through it. This is our life. We're being sculpted. And the sculptor is chipping away all the stuff that we're not. Michelangelo said he never carved a sculpture. He never designed the statue. He said the statue was already in the block. He just removed what it wasn't. That's the process of unbecoming. What are all the things that we're not? The limiting beliefs about such fundamental limiting beliefs. What about this one? You got to work hard. Work hard. And life's a bitch, and then you die, right? You got to work. You got to work for somebody. You got to punch a clock, and you live for the weekends, right? That's the way it is. Oh, yeah, everybody would love to go to Costa Rica and meditate on the mountain. Yeah, great. Good for you. But that's not reality. That's not reality. People have to work. If everybody went to Costa Rica and meditated and drank plant medicine, who'd clean the toilets? Who'd change the sheets? I mean, come on. Welcome to reality, right? That's a cultural belief that's so deeply ingrained in us that it limits our potential and possibility to see that our source and supply is outside of anything that the world can offer. And that when we click into that realization, abundance and prosperity come rushing to us. It's our acceptance that makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. So unbecoming is the process of becoming aware. That's all it is. Becoming aware. Unbecoming is becoming aware of the thoughts, opinions, perspectives, points of view, beliefs that are limiting the expression of God, wholeness, beauty, abundance, potential, creativity, love, harmony, order in our lives. So acceptance is the main pillar of acceptance. The first key to that is bringing our awareness to what we're not. What we're not. All the things, all the limiting thoughts, the race consciousness. What areas in your life are you operating at that limits you? We had a guest yesterday at Rythmia, and one of the things that we talk about at Rythmia is, don't think, drink, meaning get out of your analytical mind and go up and have another cup of this medicine. It's good for you. One of the guests said, hey, about that principle, don't think, drink, I could have had another cup. I heard the call and I could have gotten up, but I thought, I'm feeling pretty good. And I sat there and he said he had the most amazing experience, that all of his wonderful insights and things came up, and he doesn't think it could have happened if he would have had another cup. And he's really grateful for the experience. The experience he had was amazing. Why would he want anything else? And that's a really good point, right? He had a great experience. What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong. Nothing's ever wrong. What was interesting about what he shared with me is where he limited himself. Like, he had an amazing experience, and that was good enough. Like, that's as good as it gets. It couldn't have gotten any better. There wasn't a possibility in his mind that it could get better. This is the key. This is the key to unbecoming. I'm thinking now of Harriet Tubman, the iconic figure of American history, who said that she could have saved so many more people. So many more men and women could have been saved, but they didn't believe it was possible. And they were afraid, right? They didn't think that freedom was possible. That was a limiting belief that limited their lives. It's hard to get out of those, because those cultural sensibilities are so deeply intertwined and rooted in us. It's hard to see. The only way we can begin to see is by bringing our awareness to it, by bringing our awareness to where we're limiting ourselves, where we're stopping ourselves. The process of unbecoming is the process of releasing all of the limited stories that we keep. I'm not enough. I can't do it. Right? Now, we know intellectually those things aren't true. I could say to you right now, oh, we have this belief I'm not enough. You're like, yeah, well, I know that. I know I'm not enough. I know that I'm enough. I know I have this belief that I'm not enough, but I know I am. We can work through that. But it doesn't matter what we think up here, because these are deeply rooted subconscious beliefs that are typically encoded in the first 5 to 10 years of childhood. And we make some assumptions that we learned as a kid that we're unaware of and that outpicture in our adult lives, right? Danny, Carolyn, Linda, Abai, so good to see you. Kent, great to see you. Jill, Dr. Jill, hello. So beautiful to see you. Thank you for joining us. So this idea that there are certain limiting beliefs, opinions, perspectives, points of view that we have encoded unconsciously, that we're unaware of, and that are like hidden operating systems in our computer system. They're hidden operating systems that are errant and they're still running. So the process of unbecoming is becoming aware of those. And there's all sorts of things that we can do. But first, I just want to share that concept with you, unbecoming. That's the first part of acceptance. The second sub-pillar of acceptance is non-resistance or surrender. What is non-resistance, right? What is surrender? Does surrender mean like, okay, whatever, it's all good. Whoop, I guess that's the way it is. That's what happened. Well, there's a couple parts to that. So I want to start with this second sub-pillar of acceptance. The second sub-pillar of acceptance is surrender. I want to start by talking about the inevitability of the present moment. The inevitability of this moment. Right now, this moment's inevitable. It's here, right? Hey, Chris, brother, miss you too, man. That present moment is here right now, and there's nothing we can do about it. It is. This moment is now. And this moment, this now moment, is a condensation of our previously held opinions, perspectives, beliefs, points of view, judgments, all of this, right? This moment is a condensation, a coalescing of our previously held beliefs. So this moment is inevitable based on our thinking of the past. It's the spiritual principle that what we think about, we bring about. Don Quixote, hello. What we think about, we bring about, right? So if this moment is inevitable, all we can do is accept it. Our only power, Viktor Frankl says, our only power is in our ability to respond to external stimuli, our ability to respond to the present moment. So if this moment is inevitable, we don't just throw up our hands and go, oh, that's the way it is. No, we go, all right, well, this is what's so. I can't resist what's so. That's going to be like trying to push a wall of water back with my hands. It's not going to happen. It's coming. However, if this now moment is a condensation of our previously held opinions, perspectives, points of view, and beliefs, then the next moment will be a condensation of what we're holding now. So we do have power to work with this creative medium that we call life, that we call the universe, that we call God, that we call spirit, that we call the presence, that we call love, beauty, intelligence, abundance, prosperity, harmony, all of those things. We have the power to work with that because that power is within us. It's within us. And so Tommy says, my daughter Scarlett says hi. Hi, Scarlett. Okay. And so if then I can accept the present moment, if I can accept the now moment, and I can be attentive to what's seeking to emerge. I'm not happy with this now moment. Okay, great. Whether you're happy with it or not, it's what it is. So I can't condemn this now moment. What I can do is accept it, and I can look to see what's seeking to emerge, what's coming forth. So if there's chaos, if I'm unclear, if this moment, this now moment, there's just chaos and I'm not clear, then what's seeking to emerge is clarity. What's seeking to emerge is order. What's seeking to emerge is harmony, right? Chaos is always a precursor to order, balance, and harmony. So if my present moment experience, there's nothing I can do about the chaos. But I know that in the midst of chaos, order, balance, and harmony and peace are seeking to emerge. And it's all happening now. I'm going to talk about the vertical notion of time in just a second. So Surrender and non-resistance is first anchoring in the truth that there's an inevitability of this present moment, and then full radical acceptance of what's so. And from that perspective, I can catch what's seeking to emerge. So how do I know that in the midst of chaos, order, balance, peace, and harmony are seeking to emerge? Think of being on the ground floor during a hurricane. Okay, you are on the floor. You're in the city during a hurricane. It's chaotic. It's unsafe. There's no safe harbor. Everything's crazy. Stuff's flying around. There's danger everywhere, right? And chaos and disorder, disequilibrium. Now, imagine the next thing, you're in a plane and you're flying over. This is a wonderful example I have to tell you from my brother, Panache Desai. This is a notion of the vertical notion of time. So now you're in a plane and you're looking down at the streets and you start to see, oh, there's some streets. There's the grid of the city. There's some trees lined up and houses. I start to see some order. In the midst of the chaos, there's order. I can see it from a different perspective. And now you're up in the space station and you're looking at the Earth from the space station. Bring that image to your mind's eye. You're looking out the image of the window of the space station. You're floating and you see the Earth, this beautiful ball of blue and green and brown and white. And you can see the swirl of the hurricane, right? It's big, so it's peaceful. It's moving slow. And the Earth is rotating and it's against this diamond-studded backdrop of velvet, you know? It looks peaceful. It looks like there's harmony and peace. So, depending on your perspective, chaos, order, peace, and harmony are all happening at the same time. So from chaos, peace and harmony exist. They're seeking to emerge. If I can catch that, then in the midst of circumstance, I can hold on to a vision, to an idea, just a little bit. I just have to have a little bit of that idea. The faith of a mustard seed, the smallest seed there is, right? And a 40-foot tree can grow out of it. That's a mustard seed. That's all we need. I just need a little bit. The alchemist just needed a little bit of gold to convert metal, base metal, into noble metal, right? Just a little bit. We just need a little bit of that golden light of peace and harmony in the midst of chaos and disorder for that to emerge. Our previously held opinions, thoughts, points of view, and perspectives brought us to the inevitability of this present moment. Therefore, our ability to place our mind's awareness on something that's seeking to emerge, to catch that vision and just hold a little bit of it, that will transform the next experience. So to do that, there are 5 components. Let me review. We've talked about acceptance as being one of the pillars of gaining coherence, living the life that you love greater than you could have ever imagined. There are 3 pillars of acceptance. There is unbecoming, forgiveness, and surrender or non-resistance. We've talked about unbecoming as becoming all the things that we're not. Now we're talking about surrender and non-resistance. And the first aspect of surrender and non-existence is the inevitability of the present moment, accepting, not resisting the present moment. We must release all sense of condemnation and judgment about the present moment. Am I telling you to release all condemnation and judgment? No. We need judgment. It's a good thing. Should I step in front of that moving bus? No. Good judgment. Right? So there's a place for judgment. In the realm of God, in the realm of infinite potential and possibility, in the realm of ever-expanding good, judgment and opinion don't have a place because they're outside of truth. If you want to know the truth, give up your judgments and opinions. The truth exists in this realm, right? And it's unchanging, and it's enduring, and it's real, and it's everlasting. It's eternal. So surrender, non-resistance first begins with the inevitability of the present moment. And then there are 5 other components of surrender: patience, trust, faith, awareness, and meditation. Yes, meditation, right? Like everybody's like, I can't meditate. I tried and I just can't. I mean, my mind just wants, I don't know. I don't need to meditate, right? Wrong. There I am condemning you. Let's reverse that. It may appear that meditation is not effective for you. However, it is scientifically proven that meditation changes all sorts of things physiologically and mentally, spiritually and emotionally. Scientifically proven that it changes our neurological state and our physical state, releases all sorts of tonic chemicals and endorphins. It creates stem cells, increases immune function. I mean, there's all sorts. If you're doing any sort of body hacking, if you're any sort of hacker, if you're drinking MCT oil and bulletproof coffee, then you should be meditating, because meditation is the ultimate hack for your body and your mind. So we're going to talk about meditation. It's one of the 5 aspects of surrender: faith, patience, trust, awareness, and meditation. So we'll start with meditation, this beginning to simply stop and focus on our breath. That's it. We're quieting the mind. We're quieting the mind. Oh, but my mind doesn't get quiet. That's okay. That's okay. You just come back. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with your thoughts. They're not you, but there's nothing wrong with them. You're just observing them. Oh, there's that thought. Okay. Oh, I got caught by it. All right, let me come back to my breath. Oh, got caught by it. Trust me, little by little, you'll build the ability to place your awareness where you want to more and more. Wouldn't that be a great quality in life? If I could, that's called sovereignty, when I can place my awareness where I want it to go. So, meditation. Now, all of this we're going to flesh out in subsequent talks. I'm just laying down the foundation. Meditation, patience. Patience. We must have patience with ourselves on this process of acceptance. We can't not accept ourselves for not accepting. I'm completely mad at myself for not being accepting. Right? We do that. I do it. Right? We have to have patience. It's like building a muscle. It's like learning how to play an instrument. There are levels to mastery. And when we start, it's like, I tried to meditate and I can't do it. It's like, I've tried once and nothing works. Like I've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas. I give up, right? No, we've got to just little by little. There's levels to mastery. We start completely incompetent, and little by little, we become more competent. You learned how to tie your shoes. You can learn how to meditate, right? So the same with patience. We have to be patient with ourselves on this process. And we can have patience because we can see everywhere in nature, everything comes in its own time. Everything has a season. Every dark night has a dawn. Every winter has a spring. Every storm has a sunny day. Every one of them, every time. So there's patience, because I can see that you can't rush the oak tree out of the acorn, and I can't rush the caterpillar or the butterfly out of the chrysalis. They have to take their time. If I came by and cut that chrysalis open to help that butterfly get out, I'd actually be doing it a disservice. I'd kill it, because it needs to struggle to get out of the chrysalis to build its wings so that it can fly. Got to have patience. However long it takes that butterfly to get out of the chrysalis is how long it takes the butterfly. Now, faith. Faith is very closely related to patience, because we have faith that things are going to happen, because they always do. Every rose blooms, dies away, and another one comes up. That's the notion of the seasons and the night turning into day, right? The rhythms of life. I can have faith because I can see in the rhythms of life that there's always something unfolding, and I can have faith also because everything in the material world is simply a combination of the elements in the periodic table. That's it. That table we learned in, high school biology or chemistry. That's it. All of those things combining in magical, awe-inspiring ways to produce you and me and the computer and the phone and the microphone and the trees and the birds and the sea and the water and the air and all of the elements. Everything is just the periodic table. How did those things combine to create complex streams strains of DNA and amino acids and proteins and structures that become living cells and living cells that become consciousness. That is faith, that all of the material world comes from something invisible, some substance that's not visible, that's formless, that then takes form and combines to give form from the formless to the form. That's the most metaphysical thing you could say. Faith. That gives me faith. All of the material world is a combination of base and noble elements combining to give us this experience in ways that we have no idea how it happened. I can have faith in that. I can have faith that from the formless comes the formed, from nothing, something, not from nothing, but from something that's invisible, something that's formless, from the invisible to the visible, from the formless to the formed. I can have faith in that because I see it in the material world. Evidence of things unseen. Every tree is evidence of something unseen. Awe-inspiring. So, faith, patience, trust. Trust is right in there, right? I can trust nature. I can trust the seasons. I can look back at my life and know that every time my back was against the wall, every time I was like, I can't take it anymore, on the other side of that was the biggest transformation. And on the other side of that was the biggest blessing. Every time I didn't want to face something, it brought me to this now moment. Every time it was too hard, I got through it. We wouldn't be standing here right now if we didn't get through it. Everything always works out for us. Everything always works out for us. I can have trust in the rhythms of life, in nature. I can look in my own life and see examples of the way in which all is well and I've always been taken care of. And then awareness, right? We've got to anchor these moments. We have to anchor in our awareness. And not only are we anchoring the good that's coming as awareness, but we are also bringing our awareness to every aspect of our thoughts. That's connected it back again to acceptance, right? I have to see, where am I resisting? Where am I trying to control? Where am I trying to manipulate? Where am I trying to maneuver in some way, to withhold, to position, to strategize? Where am I doing that? That's control. I have to bring my awareness to it. I have to bring my awareness to every part of myself. So, there's not one part of you, there's not one part of me that doesn't deserve to be loved and appreciated. There's not one part of you and not one part of me that doesn't deserve to be accepted. If we can't accept every part of ourselves, how are we going to find acceptance for others? So this work begins. Acceptance is such a huge pillar of finding peace, joy, oneness, contentment, living the life that we love. We have to end our own inner civil war so that we can find peace within ourselves. If we can't find peace and acceptance within ourselves, how can we see it in the world? All right. That's our talk on acceptance today. The foundational pieces of acceptance: forgiveness, unbecoming, surrender / non-resistance, the components of surrender / non-resistance: faith, patience, trust, awareness, and meditation. All right. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone in the Facebook world and the YouTube world and the Instagram world. Thank you, Rythmia, for this opportunity. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Sending you choicest blessings today, knowing that for each one on this call, all obstacles are cleared to the greatest fulfillment of their destiny. Infinite intelligence knows the way to fulfillment for each one. All obstacles are cleared. Only angels and blessings remain. I speak this word now also for my sweet Aunt Nell, Georgia Nell Jacob, who is transitioning as we speak, sending Aunt Nell much love, knowing that loving hands surround her and the light of God enfolds her and the love of God protects her and the power of God goes before her, making her way easy and immediate, blessing each one of us as we are transitioning into our greater yet to be. Many blessings. God bless you. God keep you. God shine its face upon you and bring you peace. And so it is.